Hi everyone, greetings from National Skills Network. This is Madhuri. And first, let me wish you a very happy and healthy 2024. And this year, we are going to start several conversations by inviting industry experts. So, in that series today, we are going to look at a very exciting industry that's to do with food processing. And we have with us Dr. Preeti Dixit, who's assistant professor at PSSCIVE Bhopal, which is actually a part of NCERT. She's also a consultant in food processing with the government of Madhya Pradesh. Preeti is an expert in food processing, and also her doctorate happens to be in nutrition and food processing. So we have a lot of things to ask her and learn more about this exciting domain. So welcome to this talk, Preeti.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It is always a pleasure to be with talking to you and National Skill Network. Thank you for having me here.
Good, Preeti. Finally, we got to connect this way, and we occasionally meet as we have done in the past. But today, I thought let me do a focus chat with you. I've already learned quite a bit, reading from your writing and other things. So,
Yeah.
this industry, the food processing industry, has a lot of scope as we see. In various ways for women, especially, and also for rural entrepreneurship. How do you position this? Like, what is the scope for skilling, training, education to meet the industry requirements? Because, as I said, being a informal from being a very informal industry or a household kind of an industry to a very highly branded multinational kind of an industry, it is a wide range of things that happen here.
Yeah. So rightly said, it is one of the most prominent industry which has maximum number of people working in informal sector like unorganized sectors, and then big brands are there in organized sector. So this sector has a lot of potential, and the government of India has also considered the fact that the industry is growing day by day, and they have considered it sunrise industry. Let me share some facts how we are proposing it to be a sunrise sector of the economy. So in production wise, like milk production, spice production, and pulses production, where we are ranking first. Like fruits and vegetables, we are ranking second, and for tea, sugarcane production, we are ranking second. Again, the employment proportion we are talking about. So this food processing industry contributes around 12.22% of total employment. That is a big number. So we can see that how the industry, in terms of economic and the employability, it is contributing. And as you said, what is the scope? So we are number one in different kind of production. So we need people to process all those agro produce. And if we are able to process all those produce, then we can definitely contribute to the economic value from the food processing sector. So and recently we have seen the International Year of Millets, right? So India has on the path of becoming a global hub for the millet processing. So that is another opportunity which lies in this food processing sector. So there are different segments. If we can code them segment wise, like food processing industry, big industry is there. And the important thing here is to note that around 4-5% of the total fruits and vegetable production we are processing, and whatever is left, it is rather being remain unprocessed or being consumed as such, which is very lower percentage. So here again one opportunity is in front of us, that we need to process more of our fruits and vegetable to reduce the wastage and to generate the employment, and also to create a economic value of these produce. So again, dairy processing, we have seen dairy segment is there in India. is the largest producer of milk. But we are still not processing the milk as other countries are processing. So again, there is a very huge scope in front of us that we can again go into this sector. Then there are segments, grain processing is there, spices processing is there, and soya bean processing is there, and convenience food, which is currently this sector is growing at a very high speed, because people are looking convenience. People are purchasing the ready to cook food, ready to eat food, because they don't have that much of time. So these are all are the different segments where opportunities are there, and we have to identify and we have to train the people, whether from the informal sector or whether from the formal sector, to fulfill the demands of the industry, which is growing very rapidly. So this is for this thing.
Yeah, that's a very elaborate description of the industry. I think you brought it out very well when you mentioned about various industry segments. And also I think you touched upon this idea about what processing, food processing actually means. It is like, a combination of different industries, like, isn't it? We have agriculture, we have dairy, then we have logistics, then we have IT or technology, then we have manufacturing. There are so many, it's an intersection.
Multidisciplinary, we
Yeah,
we can say.
multidisciplinary.
It is affected by different segments, and it is industry which has relation to all the industries.
Yes.
And we can do a lot of things in this sector.
Yeah,
So
so I think it also gives a lot of creative scope, because packaging or any recipe to package, it's not cooking, right? Packaging is different. I mean, processing and packaging and all these are probably
So
creative
there
ways.
are different level of processing. So primary
Yeah.
processing is there, secondary processing is there, and tertiary processing. Primary processing, just getting the produce from the farm to the facility, like cleaning, grading, sorting. And the secondary level of processing involves like using fruits and vegetables, or grains, or flour for making breads and bakery products. And then tertiary processing is like preparing more processed food. So there is a value chain, where a lot of opportunities are there, lot of jobs are there, and lot of skill sets are required to do different kind of tasks accordingly.
Yeah, and also you mentioned this important point about the produce not getting wasted, let's say for agricultures. Like we hear sometimes about potatoes getting wasted or tomatoes being thrown away. A lot of such things when there is overproduction and things. So I think it makes a lot of sense to discuss this further. And you also mentioned about skills, and that's, I think, most important for us for NSN to look at the education and skilling angle. Since you are also connected with the school level curriculum, and also you train and you have your higher education, what is your idea about introducing this in the school level curriculum for sensitizing? And I think already CBSE has a subject on food processing. How do we take this further? How do we create more awareness and expand it, let us say, up to higher education?
Yeah. So I'm very happy to share that the NEP, we all know that NEP has emphasized a lot of new things. And one of the important component of National Education Policy 2020 is to emphasize on vocational education and experiential learning.
Yeah.
And this provides an opportunity for food processing curriculum to be integrated in school education. And I feel happy to share that NCERT and CBSE has already started implementing, incorporating all these food processing. Some of the job roles they have started already with different states. So, but still a lot has to be done. Like if we are able to incorporate food processing curricula in our education sector, we'll be able to create an awareness and understanding and knowledge in students about the different kind of food processing, and then preservation, safety, and also we'll be able to make students aware about their healthy food habits, which will definitely help them in future to build their healthy lifestyle. Also, another thing is the hands-on training is one of the important component of food processing. And NEP also talks about the hands-on training. So if we are able to integrate food processing sector, this will equip the students with the skills which are required for further progression in their career. And integration of food processing curricula in school education will also foster the entrepreneurship. They'll create a mindset that student can also do their own things. They can start their own ventures using the technical skills, using the knowledge they have gained through school education. And further, if they want to proceed with more specific knowledge, or they want to get themselves trained for higher education, they have the pathways for their further career progression. Like universities are there, they offer the degree programs, diploma programs are there. And again, there are different kind of institutions which offer different training programs. And a person who is not a part of formal sectors, like he has been able to continue his school education till 12th or secondary level, he was able to do. They also can go for entrepreneurship development training and food processing training program, and then they can again start their things, and they can be a part of food processing sector into different capacities. So this way, these and NCRT and CBSE are the key functionaries, I would say, in India. So if they initiate such things, that will definitely have a bigger impact on our education as well as the skilling horizons of our India. So that is my opinion about this.
Yeah, yes, you're right. We see this in the curriculum at the high school level. And it's just that I hope it gets, implemented in various schools and not just in government schools. Because I strongly believe that any child coming from any background getting exposed to any vocational subject is always a good thing, including food processing, which is so much relatable, right? This is something we see every day in our home. We eat the stuff which is processed or whatever. It's very
It's a
relatable.
part of our life, yeah.
Yes, it's a part of our life, unlike other industries where you have to, go and check and understand what the industry is all about. Now to implement all this also, I think we need training of trainers and we need research. What are some of the important things that are happening in this? Do you see a lot of work happening in these areas also?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thankful to the government, and I'm thankful to various stakeholders who are taking a lead, who are thinking that this sector needs teachers and trained teachers specifically. So if for formal sector, we have industrial training institute, ITIs are there, polytechnics are there. They are offering this diploma programs. And if we talk about, there are universities, there are skill universities, and there are National Institute of Food Technology and Entrepreneurship, and then there are CFTR. Lot of institutes are there which are offering different degree and diploma programs. Along with that, the special part is that the government has uh, provided a lot of opportunities to people who want to have training. Like the government initiative Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, PMKVY, under NSDC program, it is giving the opportunity, and they have trained a lot of people, women and the youth. And uh, then another program in Jan Shikshan Sansthan. So they also offering training programs in different segments of the food processing, fruits and vegetable bakery. And there are a lot of courses, and people can choose and get training from those courses. And then entrepreneurship develop program by Ministry of this micro, small and medium enterprises. They are also giving a lot of opportunities. They have planned a lot of training programs across the India in different, through the different training institutions. So these are the some courses which are available with the different agencies and the government initiatives. Other than these, there are different kind of portals are available, like Swayam portal, Diksha portal, and IGNOU is there. And they are also providing online courses which people can register themselves free of cost without any charges, and they can complete and they can get the certificate of completion. And another very important authority, I should say, is the FIXI, the Sector Skill Council for Food Processing. So they are also doing a lot of work in training of teachers, training of trainers, and developing master trainers, identifying master trainers across the India. And they have different training centers across the India through which they are imparting training to the people. So these are some of the
Yeah,
things.
good you mentioned these institutions. I think most of them are also, easily available when we just browse, because they all have these websites and portals, like you mentioned, few of them. And this, I think, also is something which you can watch and learn and try on your own also, in a small way, right? Unless you go very industrial, in a
Yeah.
small scale, you can try things at home also to learn, and all the ingredients would mostly be available. But something that just struck me is there something like a little bit of overlap between food processing and hospitality industry, where we are talking about, let's say, cooking and packing things there? Is there anything like an overlap? Because often, when I look at bakery products, sometimes I see them as processed food, and sometimes bakery is also a part of the hospitality industry. How does this work? Where does processing start, and where does
So,
this thing, the other, like bakery or whatever, the cooking part of it, start?
so as already mentioned, we initially were talking that it is a interdisciplinary kind of thing,
Mm.
and these are like the agriculture sector, the retail sector, the hospitality sector, the health industry. These all are related with the food processing sector, and somewhere they will affect each other. They will impact each other. Like if we talk about the agriculture, so the raw material for food processing sector comes from the agriculture only. And if we are not processing, then the agriculture produces getting waste. So there is, I mean, the loss of both sides. And then, like you have said, the hospitality sector. So bakery, we in food processing sector, we are teaching them how to bake. But in hospitality sector, we are making them artisanal bakers. Like they know the creative side is there, and food processing sector is telling them how the processes is happening and how the things are getting changed, which process, like the baking may caramelization, how it is happening.
Yeah.
And they all are related. And hospitality is basically getting the technology from the food processing sector and creating an innovative product of using those technology. So this is
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, and to top it all, you need logistics, you have e-commerce, you have various other things to, really link them, the product
Yeah,
with the.
these all are like if you don't keep the food in proper supply chain, if you don't arrange the cold
Yeah.
storage, if you don't provide the vehicle with the cold storage storages, so those all things will get waste again. And these things again creating job in food processing sector.
Right.
These all are the contributing. I would say like in our India we have seven sisters. So here these are the sisters and brothers of food processing sector. So the agriculture, the technology, the retail, the hospitality, culinary
It's
sciences.
like a
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
Okay, nice, very nice, simple way of presenting. I'm sure our audience would love to keep it in their mind that this sector is something very different, and it has a combination of various skills, various subsectors. And also, you were talking about training curriculum. I think now with the revised NSQF levels and all, there is also scope to have a career path to go further, like those who have done some small course in ITI, probably, should be able to do their 12th and then probably look at some graduation kind of program. Right. And also RPL in this, I think, is a very important thing, recognition of prior learning.
Yes.
Because you look at the informality of the sector, it has huge scope. There could be women, there could be rural entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So people who are already working in unorganized sector without
Yeah.
any formal training, they can be traced, they can be mapped, and then they can be um, given as a certified trainer with some kind of training. And so that is definitely one of the very important segment, and we have to do something about all these things. And talking about the entry level, the levels, I mean the people from entry level to super specialty level, and the NCFSC, we have different levels in education. NSQF level has changed, so NSQF level 2 is the entry point, like very basic skills. People having very basic skills, they can go for certificate courses, and they can opt for the assistant roles, the technician's role, and the operator's role. And then further, if they want to advance their skill, they can go for level 3, level 4 courses. And these will be like assisting the supervisor, and then the manager. They can be in the role of supervisor, they can be in the role of manager, they can be in the role of food analyst. So these are the middle level positions. And further, if someone wants to upgrade themselves, they have the opportunity, uh, they have the scale of like an SQF level of 5, 6. They can go and they can obtain a degree program, diploma program. They can have a degree in the different sectors. BVOC is there, Bachelor's of Vocational Education, food processing they can do. And so these are the different levels. And the food processing sector has something for everyone. So if a person from very initial level wants to do something, he can start with the basic job role, and then progressing towards the high, more specific, more senior level, he can continue with his education and training, and then attain a higher position in the same stream. So
Right. And it also has scope for a lot of people who are technology experts to come in, and help the industry, I'm sure, in various ways, automation, preservation, and things. Okay, so this has been a very enlightening conversation, Preeti. But before we close, I would like to ask you 3 simple reasons why any young person should choose this industry. You have already mentioned many, but can you summarize 3 important reasons that should be the attraction for people to enter into this industry?
yeah. So, first reason I would say, if a person wants to, has the interest in creating food, and loves exploring the food processing sector, and wants to secure something economic benefits, and secure a job, or want to have an entrepreneurial journey, so he must opt for this sector, because this sector is never going to be I mean, this has lot of potential. Food is always be in demand, food will never be out of the scenario. So this for this reason you should opt for the food processing. And then secondary, lot of things are like health awareness is increasing among the people, and people are more towards finding a new solutions, sustainable food practices and healthy food alternatives. So there is a big market which is growing all over the world. So there will be a huge demand of such people who have the knowledge and skills to meet such demands. So definitely people who have these demands, they'll be definitely going to get a lot of things in their career and in their livelihood journey. And third is this field will allow you to explore yourself, to use your innovation, use your creativity, use your aspirations for fulfilling your dreams, and it will never going to disappoint you. So these are all are these reasons I would suggest anyone to get into this food processing sector. So that is it.
Very nice and very inspiring. I'm sure there are lots of people who would want to enter into this, and I hope this conversation helps them. I'm so glad you mentioned the sustainability aspect also of the food, which is definitely going to be very important for all of us, considering like the year of millets and also the kind of attention millets got in India or for various other reasons. Probably we can have a follow-up chat sometime later on this to know
Yeah.
more about sustainability and the new food practices. And
Automation, 3D printing, the lot of technologies are coming
yes,
there, and we don't have people trained in those
correct.
things, so we'll need them.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, a lot of scope, many new things, innovations. So thank you so much, Preeti, for giving us your time today. And we'll be in touch with you to keep learning more. Thank you.
thank you. Thanks a lot for inviting me and having this conversation. I am really thankful. Thank you.